Hello everyone, and today we are going to be looking at Scotland's first railway, the Tarnet to Cockney's Wagonway.
Chugging down the tracks, the whistle blows. Every mile a story, every stop a glow. From steam to diesel, the rails unwind. Railway tales take you on a ride through time. Hear the rhythm of the wheels, feel the heart of the rails. Stories unfold like tracks on endless trails. Through mountains, towns, and open plains. Come aboard, the journey remains. Railway tales, where the stories never end. On iron horses, with every bend. From sunrise rides to moonlit trails, hop on board, it's Railway Tales.
The Tarnet Cockney's Wagonway was built by the York Buildings Company in 1722, long before Stephenson's rocket and long before the Stockton and Darlington Railway was built, which we've been celebrating this year for Railway 200. Construction started in May of 1722 with local timber William Dixon employed to make wooden rails, wagons and wheels for the new invention. Now, during this time, coal was king in Scotland and it was one of the main exports used from Scotland. Now, there were coal pits in Tarnet, but they had to travel 3 miles downhill to the Cockneys Harbour where the coal could be sold on as export, if not used for locals. Now, the wagonway itself was built to help move these loads of coal, and horse-drawn wagons were used on wooden rails with wooden sleepers much before any steel or iron rails that we had later on. Now, at the time of this railway being built, it was quite a new thing to have a wagonway pulling your loaded coal everywhere rather than using just a horse and cart to travel the 3 miles, so it was quicker and easier to use those new wagons. For the miners and carters that used these wagons, it changed their daily lives. Horses became the main driving force of the early railway, and they would gradually go downhill with the loaded coal using gravity, and then the horses would bring the empty cars back up the hill. At Cockneys, the coal was loaded straight into waiting boats, fueling Edinburgh, Leigh and beyond, including places like London and Manchester. We jump a little bit ahead in the history to the 21st of September 1745. Now, some historians out there may know this date as during the Jacobite Revolution, or the Battle of Partisans, or the Battle of Golders Mere, as it's also known. Now, the reason why we're mentioning it in this video is quite key to the railway, because there was a fight, a battle as you were, that happened across the railway line that was there. Although primitive by modern standards, the Tarnet to Cockneys line laid the groundwork for everything that followed. It proved the value of fixed tracks, heavy wagons and dedicated routes for industry. Without lines like this, the great steam railways of the 19th century may never have come about. The wagonway operated for well over a century, eventually upgrading with iron rails in the 19th century, before falling into decline as technology moved on. So why are we talking about this obscure little Scottish wagonway for the first time on this channel this season? So the reason why we're doing that is because on the 19th of September this year, 2025, a notification came onto my emails from Rail Advent to let me know of a news article that archaeologists have discovered the oldest standard gauge railway in the United Kingdom. Now, the excavation was carried out by the Wagonway Heritage Group, and all the links for that will be in the description below. But some things were found whilst they were doing the dig. So they also found imprints where the former sleepers used to be on the rails in the ground themselves, and I'll put a picture of that up shortly. But it was also found out that the southern section that serves some of the collieries actually crossed a bog and a marsh. And the way they got round this on the Wagonway was to float the timbers across said bog and marsh. And it has been discovered since they've done this dig that it is the exact same way that George Stephenson did when he built the Liverpool-Manchester Railway across Chatmoss 100 years later. So the technology they were using to build this wagonway set the foundations for the first intercity railway of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. Now, today little is left of the wagonway itself apart from a few plaques, and there is a heritage trail that you can walk between Tarnet and Cockenese, and you are actually following some of the original track bed as well from 1722, which I think is awesome. Now, if you were to walk these, it would be quite nice to walk along Scotland's history on rails, so to speak, by going down these trails. And if you do find yourself there, why not pop into the local museum about the railway and the wagonway, and I'll put links for that in the description below. Now, without further ado, just a short one today, but thank you very much for everyone watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourselves having a deep dive into Scottish railway history for a change, and why not tell me in the comments if there's any other things that you think would be interesting for me to cover on our channel here, and just let me know in the comments. While you're there, give me a like, give me a subscribe if you enjoyed it. Go and check out other playlists that I've done, because there'll be more stuff coming out once a month. On the 1st of every month will be the Railway Tales, and of course there'll be railway vlogs as well. So without further ado, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Railway Tales, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Chugging down the tracks, the whistle blows. Every mile a story, every stop a glow.